So I'm feeling the most at ease and let go that I've felt on this whole journey. I feel just lighthearted. I feel like I was let off the hook, and I'm letting him off the hook. Like there's nothing to hold him on the hook for. He has this, and like when I think about it, when you have this dynamic going, all of the things that I've understood in between yesterday and today have just been amazing for me. It's like I've gone up a level on this twin flame journey. It's like, but it's like a cosmic jump on the twin flame journey. And it's a place where I can see the dynamic, and I could see that with him having that dynamic at play, there is something there there is something there that his soul has to go through. And if his soul is drawn to its expansion, then that's what he needs right now, and he's going to be attracted to that. The attraction, I could totally see how I wouldn't attract him when that is the dynamic that he needs fulfilled within him right now. It just, and then there's nothing there for me to hold. I feel like I was let off the hook. And I also feel like I can see through it all of a sudden, and not in a way, and in a way of like, I guess that would be like unconditional love. That would be being able to see the other person at their places that they can't even see themselves, and want for their best interest. Want, not the greedy, let me grab, but want or try to play a role, or try to, it's like, no, wait a minute. I'm not that. I see what's going on. And then you can kind of let them go, because you see that that's what they're going to be drawn to, because that is the next lesson on their spiritual path. They have to be able to see that dynamic and open themselves up and become vulnerable. And in that, the divine feminine must gain trust. And gaining trust is standing away and being able to see it like it is, and letting go and allowing them to fulfill their highest purpose, what they need to fulfill. It doesn't mean anything about me. That's what they need to do right now. And in that, I also feel like I'm completely let off the hook to continue on my life. I feel like that's this lighthearted feeling. I just feel completely lighthearted, and like there's still like a lingering of pain, but it's like in the background, and I feel like it's just an echo of it. I feel more excited about life again. I feel lighthearted. I feel like exuberated, like uplifted, like let go, like I'm free again. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling like something just went tuck. Something went tuck, and I can still see him as a friend, and see that what he has to go through on his path, and that has nothing to do with me. And it feels like, I'm always saying I feel like he's guiding me, and now it feels like I'm waiting for him, like waiting for him to catch up with all that, like guarding emotions and not letting anybody in, and the mistrust, and and I don't mean he's open to the world, but I mean there's like he doesn't trust anybody uh, to let them in. He's afraid of getting hurt. And I can see it, because he's just like as soft as, it's just, he's like honey inside. He's like just a softie. So I feel like I can still see that, and I don't feel that. I feel like, okay, he's doing his thing right now. He's got to go through that and overcome that. That's that, and that is something that you know, that dynamic can't play in my life. So it's like something in the attraction is like, okay, something there is like cut. Something there was cut. Like if you see something in somebody yeah, it's like it cuts it. Um, I still see that the lessons that I get from him. I'm actually really happy. He told me he's going to Vipassana for next week, and I said it in the previous video that I just feel kind of like relaxed. It was what I was just asking for, a break. It's just so intense. I just wanted to break from it all. And that's like perfect. Like Vipassana, it's like I have like time off, just time off. And that's kind of like what I feel like on the twin flame journey now with that cut is like, okay, he's doing his thing. I have time off. I'm going to do my own thing. There is no, I don't know, it's like everything was just brought to a stop, like tick, and I feel free and I feel alive and I feel emancipated and I feel all of a sudden like I really want to put more effort into my work and my family and I feel like I'm let off the hook. I feel like I'm let off the hook, but also being let off the hook, I'm letting him off the hook. Like, okay, dude, go do your thing. And I feel like I feel good. I feel good. I really feel good. It's amazing. It's like a cosmic jump. It's like I went down for those few days, and I'm sure I'm still dealing with it, but I feel that lightheartedness. I feel like that when you feel like this cloud lifting from your heart, like ching, like that. It's an emotional thing. So I'm trusting it. I'm trusting it. It feels really let go and really like lighthearted. And all of a sudden I'm out in the morning and the sun is shining and it's beautiful and I'm seeing everything glistening and it's like this bing, like this high place. I'm really like, it's amazing. It's amazing that this is the effect that yesterday had on me. It's amazing. It's like lifted me into this place of self-worth and like, okay, I see it. Like it's like I've come up a level within myself. Like, okay, that's not what I want. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm like, I don't like, that's not what I want. And then I feel like, wait a minute, I'm taking back my own power. It's not like whatever you give me, I'll take. Yay, damsel in distress. It's not like that. It's like all of a sudden there's a switch. Like, okay, I see that dynamic and it turns me off. And and I don't mean it in like in a derogatory way. I mean it in like when there's things that you don't want in your life, they turn you off. You don't want them. So it turns off that attraction. Like if there was an attraction, it turns it off. And all of a sudden I see that he's just like, it's a mirror thing. It's a mirror thing. And it isn't about a romantic relationship. It's about mirroring back and forth. And it's connecting back to the realization. I see how everything is built on everything. It's connecting me back to the conversation that I had. I also did a video on where I felt like, wow, it's all about me. It's all about me. And all of a sudden now I'm really feeling it. Like it's resonating. Like, okay, I can not only see him in it, like pure and clean. I see like, oh, okay. But I'm also gaining myself like, okay, wait a minute, I'm taking the divine feminine's job in all of this is to flower. And so I'm choosing to flower and not So that's where I am this morning. I wrote down a few things. Let me just make sure what I wrote. That it lets me off the hook and it lets him off the hook. That I feel like I'm freed. So also about this being awake, this awakening journey. It's like you have to be willing to ask the questions, the right questions. A lot of times we won't ask the questions because we fear the answers, or we already, we don't want to stir anything up. We don't want to stir up the pot. Like, okay, I can handle what's in here. I'm not going to start asking more questions because I feel like I have so much in my pot. I don't want to broaden my pot. And so then you go through life kind of like, okay, what I know is what I know, and I'm like asleep, kind of. But when you start really asking the questions, even the hard ones, the universe gives you the answers. It's like all you have to do is start asking and you get the answers. Because once you start asking, you are looking at in detail at the thing. So you're looking at it, and every time you're asking, a little bit more opens, a little bit more opens, a little bit more opens for you. So it's just like asking the right questions and going down the path of the question asking. And that is what awakens you. That is what resolves you. That is what allows you to go through the resolves of yourself. Like this thing yesterday, instead of taking it and going, I started asking the questions. Okay, wait a minute. What am I feeling? Instead of like becoming a victim and lashing out, you become a victim and you start crying, and then you're the victim. You're sitting in that poor place. Or if you are the fighter against her, the what is it, conqueror, then you are yelling it off. You're the no, 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 that's not true. And you're fighting it down. So it's either taking the defensive or the offensive. Whereas when you just sit there and you just are willing to take it and willing to ask the questions, even the hard ones, the universe starts giving you the answers. You start unfolding the answers. All the answers for all of the questions are all around us all the time. All of the information that already is in the universe is already. It's us just having to uncover it. That's why knowledge doesn't belong to anybody. Knowledge is the universe's. All we're doing is uncovering it. And there's far more knowledge that is unknown than what is known to man, for sure, especially through our five limited resources, the five limited senses. And so what we're doing is we're learning to open up that place of intuition, which the place of intuition is the connectivity to the divine, to the one, to the all, to the universe, to God, and whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. We are connected to everything all around us all the time, and all the answers for our spiritual awakening are being signaled to us through everything. It's a matter of us getting to the level where we know what questions to ask, or where we are able to even receive that information because we've built enough of a base below it to base it on. So constantly expanding. So that's where, when you ask the right questions, or when you get to the point where you can perceive, the answers will be presented to you. The next step of your spiritual awakening is always there. It's always there. Is that what? Let's see what I read on the page before. Why we attract our inferior. I already did that. Intelligent and energetical cleansing yourself from sexual partners. I talked about that yesterday. Unconditional love. How being able to see him through that dynamic and let him go to go do his own life lesson is really unconditional love, because it's like, okay, well, I see that I can let him go, and I can see it and want what's best for him even over what I want for me. And that's purifying yourself. That's being able to, that's the unconditional love. That's the loving your twin and allowing them to do what they need to do for their own expansion, wanting the best for them, really wanting the best for them, without your own agendas on it. You know, and cosmic jump on twin flame journey. That's what I feel like. This is a cosmic jump, that I'm sitting here completely lighthearted and feeling set free. I feel like I was set free. And then I wrote here, there is real magic in the world. The more you believe, the more you see. And that's true. There's real magic in the world. The more you believe, the more you see it. It's all around us. All the signs, everything that we need for our spiritual awakening, all of the steps are all around us all the time. It's waiting for us to rise into it, rise into it, rise into it. So I'm feeling really good this morning. I'm going to start getting some stuff done. And so thank you for watching.